If this works as good as I hope and think it will, this will be a game changer for fermenting fruits, berries, vegetables, and also I think it could be an eye-opener for you who think it's okay to just add frozen fruit directly into your beer without pasteurizing it. Let's just kick it. I'm Dr. Hans, this is Dr. Hans Brewery, my channel about beer and homebrewing. This is not so much about beer and homebrewing today, but it is about fermentation, and as a brewer I'm really fascinated by fermentation, and I think there are much to be learned here for you who add fruit to your fermenter, because if this works, it means that you can't pull fruit out of your fridge, add it to your fermenter. It means you have to pasteurize them before. I have made several videos on how to pasteurize fruit different ways. But today we're going to try to ferment blueberries and raspberries, lacto-fermented, in vacuum sealed bags. This will be a game changer if it works, and I'm stoked. Let's just get started. This is just a cheap vacuum sealer. I will try to link to something like that on my Amazon storefront, where you find a lot of stuff I use for brewing, for serving, for filming, and also 3D printing and more. So you can go and check that out. This is the cheapest one I could find here in Sweden. Of course, if you have the money, you can go for a fancy version. I'm gonna start with sealing up a bag. Should we make it a double? As I've never done this before, I will make the bag a little bit longer than I think I actually need, because this will ferment, and that means that this bag will swell up. This is lacto-fermenting with hopefully the bacteria that are still on these berries. This will be an anaerobic fermentation, means that we don't want an oxygen in there. Usually you ferment this in some sort of vessel. You might have an airlock, or you might have to release gases. This time we'll try to ferment it straight in the bag instead. So it means that this bag will swell up. As we want to lacto-ferment this and not want to have any botulism, we will add salt to this. You can use any salt you want. You should not have iodine in it. This is Himalayan rock salt. You can use kosher salt, sea salt. We will be sticking to metric today because it's super easy to count the salt amount. We will use 2% salt. So if we start with the raspberries, and this is where the game-changing thing comes in. One, having it in the bag, and as it's frozen. This is 500 gram raspberry. That means we'll use 10 grams. You count it by multiplying 0.02 times, and that will give you 10 grams. I'm just gonna stir this up with the salt, and I want to do this before the berries melt, because the salt will draw out. This is just my narcotic spoon. Don't tell my mom I said that. 10 grams. When you add salt to vegetables or fruit, it will start to release liquid. That will be more of a problem when you're trying to vacuum seal it, because that liquid could be pulled into the sealer. Just gonna give it an easy mix like that. Add this into the bag. Just look so you have a clean edge here. And if this would have been thawed berries, it would have been much more of a hassle. Now this will be much easier. At least that's the idea. Let's seal it up. No, vacuum. Nice. And let's double seal it. Okay. One bag done. Let's do the other one. This is 450 grams of blueberries, and that means that we will have 9 grams of salt. Seal. Mix the salt, add it into the fermenter. Yes, note sounds strange. Vacuum. Double seal. I hope this bag is big enough so it doesn't explode. Now we have to wait for it to ferment, hopefully. And of course, first it will have to come up to temperature for the bacteria to be active. But this will ferment at room temperature. So I will just leave this at room temperature, and then I guess I'll see you in about a week. One week later, this got a little bit scary. Let me get my apron on. Look at the bags. This I had to take outside because this has swollen up to the limit, and I was afraid that this is gonna explode before I could make the video. So I took this outside after 4 days because I really needed to stop the fermentation. This is a little bit slower, the blueberries, but I think it might just need some more time. So we'll let this sit. It has swollen the bag hugely also, but this is like to the limit. So we're gonna taste this today, and obviously you see that we have fermentation here. It means that we have proven that you can't, I already knew this, but proven for you that you can't think that it's safe to take out frozen fruit directly from your freezer. I've seen people recommend this on the channel. I never recommended this. Whew, thanks God. Do pasteurize your fruit, or you can infect your beer. Of course, if you add fruit at the end of fermentation, your beer won't be as sensitive, but you should not do this. I will leave this for a couple more days, but I will try this today. I will try to separate the meat from the juice if possible, so I can get a liquid and spice up my sour mango beer. And I realize now that I should have done this with mangoes instead, shouldn't I? Yes, I know my channel suck. I will have to do this again with mango also, but we will spice it with raspberry. And I'm thinking, you know, Berliner Weisse, German style sour beer, is often served with what they call mit Schuss. It's a little fruit shot, syrup shot. So it's sweet and fruity, but instead here it will be sour and a little bit salty. There are also sour beers that are called Gose. I don't know what you call it in English, Gose. That has coriander and salt in it. So that this is a little bit salty, this will be okay. So the liquid, if we separate this, we'll try with the sour beer, and the meat we will try with some yogurt. Nice. Fingers crossed. Smells raspberry. Maybe. Yeah. Don't even mention it. Like a jam. So now when we know that this method works great, and it was so simple, could really start getting different flavors. It is working. Am I screaming? Sorry. Have you heard of this? Fermenting in a vacuum bag. This is genius. You're getting some sort of separation here, at least to give it a go with the beer. I have no clue how much of this to add, because I'm just winging it. I'm just doing stupid shit here on the channel for you to enjoy. This is starting to look dry now. I don't know what you can use this for, but I'm thinking Turkish yogurt might be nice. It is quite thick. It is quite salty, so I'm interested in how it will taste. Okay, epic pour. If you put on some music, Doctor, you can make this into like cinematic. And if you like come in a little bit, yes, scooch up a little bit better. This is my 5 years mango sour, almost like 6 years I think, to be honest. You can go and check out the video down below in the description. Okay, beautiful. Can't believe that didn't do the mango. How much should we add? I haven't the slightest. What do you think? Okay, there is a lot of pulpy thingy here. Can't really smell the raspberries now, but the beer looks amazing, doesn't it? Cheers. The salt isn't a problem. I don't think it's raspberry enough. Let me add some more. Cool drink. Cheers. Nice. Okay, now we're getting more of that salt, but I think served really cold on a hot summer day with that little salt could be extremely nice. Get more the raspberry. Let's try yogurt, Turkish style yogurt, 10% fat. The meat. Is it beautiful? Cheers. It's the thing with the salt. This was really good. I'm guessing you could add sugar here also to make it into dessert, maybe honey. This was really nice. Something else that is nice is fresh salted cucumbers. So go and check out that video if you haven't done that already. Maybe this video will even fit you a bit better, or try to click any of those buttons. So, Dr. Hans out. See you in the next one. Hej då.